Hi, I'm Eric the Handyman. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to put in a new outlet from scratch and hook it up to the one next to it. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. One way is you can take the baseboard off, cut the sheetrock, and then drill through each stud and run a wire from this box to the other box. Or we can do like what I did, is from the basement, we can drill up through the bottom plate in both outlets and then run a wire to each. And that's what I did today in this video. I hope you enjoy. So I'm going to go on this outlet over here and see if I can find a stud. And then go 16 inches on center. So it looks like I found a stud right here on this outlet over here. So I'm going to go 16 inches on center from this stud that's right here. The stud that's right here. And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to go in the middle of the two studs over on this side. Okay, so 16 inches on center. So it looks like I might have a stud right here. And possibly right over here. So I'm pretty close to the stud over here. So I'm going to try to move it over just a little bit. So I'm going 15 inches from the floor. And I'm going to try to put this right here. Let me get my level. I'm just going to check with a stud finder first. But I think this is plaster and lath wall. Okay, so I didn't hit a stud there, so that's good. Check the other side. This is really hard plaster, so it's hard to go in. And no stud there, so that's good. So no stud on each side, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Okay, now that we have the hole cut, I'm going to take a really thin drill bit and drill it down through the floor. It's really small, and we'll see where we end up down there in the basement, so we can drill up through our hole to run our electric. Okay, so before you do this, you want to go down in the basement and make sure that you check that you can actually drill up through the bottom plate down in the basement, and I've done that already, and we can definitely do that. So we're really between two studs pretty well, so I'm just going to drill down through and see where we end up. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the drill bit in and go downstairs and see where we are. And I'm just gonna take a quick measurement. So it's probably We have some molding down here and a little base plate. So I'm gonna give that maybe an inch, maybe another inch. So it's about 2 inches worth of wall. And then I'm gonna go in about another 1.5 inches. So I would say like between 2 and 2.5 inches in from this, I'm gonna drill up. All right, so let's go down cellar and see where we ended up. Okay, so here we are in the basement, and I already looked at this and I know that I can go up through the bottom plate on the bottom, because I know that one goes up through to the outlet that's just to the right of it. So I took my measurements upstairs and I came down and kind of looking down here, and I kind of figured that maybe when I drilled down through that I might have hit a stud. And I know that I should be in one of these 2 bays. And as I'm looking up through, I don't see my drill bit coming down through. So I'm sure that I hit a stud. And I thought I did, because when I drilled down through, it just kept going and going. So I'm gonna go back up and re-drill it just to the right or left of it. Okay, so I hit a joist in the floor. I'm gonna go ahead and move it over just a little bit and re-drill down. Okay, so that time I felt it go down quite a bit, so I know I'm not on a joist there. Okay, let's go downstairs and see where we are. Okay, so now we're down in the basement, and I can see there's my drill bit right there. I'm gonna go in just a couple inches and I'm gonna drill up through, and that's gonna be our hole for our wiring to go down through. Okay, so there's our hole for our wiring to go up through. But we're actually gonna go up from the bottom. We're gonna snake up a snake, and we're gonna do the wiring from top. We're gonna pull it down and we should be all set. Okay, so here's our snake. We're gonna go and feed it up through the floor, and then when we get up top, we're gonna tie some of our wiring to it and feed it down through. There's our snake, and it's going up through the floor. Let's go upstairs and tie some wire into it. We have our snake in the wall. We're gonna go ahead and try to grab it and see if we can find it. We're gonna take our wire and we're just gonna tape our wire into it. What's really nice about this snake is that when you tape it, it's got this little tab on the end and it holds the tape in. All right, so I'm gonna push this back into the wall so it doesn't get caught. And you wanna make sure that this beginning part is inside the wall. And then make sure that you have enough slack to pull down through. Okay, back in the basement, and let's pull this wire down through. All right, looks like we're caught on something. Okay, let's go back upstairs and see if we can straighten that out. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So it looks like nothing's kinked. Oh, it was caught. It was caught on the nightstand. Okay, let's pull this wiring down through. Oh, and there it is. Okay, that's it. So we will take this wiring and we'll either hook it to that plug. It looks like that plug going up just has one line coming in, so we could definitely hook it up to that, or we can hook it up to anything down here. Okay, thanks for watching.